Servus Männer, it's Red Pill Germany again. Our chancellor, Mr. Merz, has told the public that he expects from them more effort economically. That means we all have to work harder. Yeah? It's these things that politicians like to say when they cannot balance the budget, and for political reasons, let's say because they have to get into a coalition with Social Democrats instead of with the AfD, they cannot politically afford to deport people that don't belong in Germany or that shouldn't be here, that never should have been here in the first place, in order to cut some costs. So that means the only solution that Mr. BlackRock, Mr. Atlantikbrücke sees for the Germans is to work harder, to work a second job, to pick up more hours at their current job, or to change the laws so that the monthly workload can be substantially increased, and it will be. Yeah, that means we don't become more efficient. We just work more and we have less time for our families. He said, yeah, we cannot save Germany with this work-life balance attitude. And okay. Translation, Germans will not have time for hobbies and for their families anymore. They cannot see their children anymore, German men predominantly, that is, because we have to host 5 to 10 million strangers in Germany that never worked here, that never will work here, and that get full dental, full health care, free clothes, free internet, free housing, everything for free, like in a luxurious hotel, and they never have to work for it. The people who have to work for it are Germans and some legal migrants, of course, too. There are some migrant groups that are actually economically, at least, a gain for the host nation. And we know this data from Denmark. I presented that here in a dedicated video. That is East Asians and other Europeans, people from North America. They are all net contributors, more or less, to the host country. But people from Northern Africa, from the Middle East, from Africa as a whole, I should actually rather say. And these countries, right, we all know who they are. They are not net contributors. They, at no point in time, break even. They cost the European host nations more than they ever put into the system. And that is why, for example, our public healthcare system is stretched to the limit. They cannot make ends meet. And also the communities in Germany, the cities, the towns, because they are the ones that need to pay the welfare, for example. Migrant money, or Bürgergeld, as it is called. That's a euphemism, of course, because half of it, or I would actually say way more than half of the recipients, are not even Germans. Okay. But as always with these things, for example, I told you the very same thing when it was about the new debt that they want to get into, this Sondervermögen, how they call it, the special wealth fund. No, it is actually just old school, old-fashioned new debt that they want to go into. And they said this is because of Ukraine and evil Putin. And Merz wants to give his reasons tomorrow or Wednesday, and I'm already curious about what he will actually give as a reason. Is it Putin again, or is it Trump this time? I don't know. Mr. BlackRock will tell us, but it is always the thing that they don't mention that is the real reason. And the thing that they never talk about, the expenses that never are up for debate, that is always the thing that is actually responsible for stupid spider here for which is the reason why we cannot afford this and that, or why taxes needed to be increased, or why some services need to be cut, or why Germans just need to work harder if they want to afford a old house on a double median income, yeah? Or a median household income or something. Yeah, what they should do instead, if you ask me, they should just say, okay, if you are here illegally, you have to go back. And maybe you can make exceptions for people who never committed any crimes and who make a little more than the median income in Germany. I mean, the threshold is up to debate. I'm not going to give you a number now of 40, 50,000 a year, something like that. Make it 80, 90, I don't care. But politicians should reach some consensus, make some compromise on the actual threshold. But yeah, if you make under that, if you fall for 2 years consecutively, let's say, under that threshold, you're out. Yeah, that should be the rule. And one offense, even minor, and you're out. And if you came here illegally, that's already offense number one, right? So this should be the rule, and not letting any newcomers in, especially not illegal ones. And the mainstream media is now full of articles that illegal border crossings into Europe decreased dramatically, so we don't have to do anything. Yeah, Mr. Merz doesn't need to be stricter on migration because hey, it decreased by 10% already. Yeah, but but it's still. I'm sorry. I think I just got attacked by a vicious beast here in this park. Anyway, okay. I want to come to the end now. So, where was I? Sorry. In the end, these numbers are still positive. That's what I wanted to say. Like the border crossings, we still have more of these, I should say, undesirable people coming in than leaving. And as long as this is the case, there are still more in here than there should be. So remigration, of course, is the only way that this will ever be corrected, that Germans will ever be able to be safe and secure and to afford a house and to, raise healthy families. That is the only way, because as long as these people are here and as long as they don't contribute economically, they will be a financial burden on us, and every German will have to pay 20,000 a year just to host these people. And they become more and more, and they're not becoming fewer. And they can always say, oh, the numbers went down by 20%. Yeah, but they're still positive. The influx is still positive. We need a redirection, a 180-degree turn. We need remigration. We need to turn around the stream of migration. The migration vector needs to be turned around. They need to go. We still have millions of them in the country. And that is the point. And in Germany, there is one party precisely that has this on their agenda. And in other European countries, there are parties like that as well. And this is in Germany, that's the AfD. And this is the party that wants to implement remigration. Just as Donald Trump started to do right now in the USA. And of course you need to close the borders, but we have over 10 years of absolutely uncontrolled, unvetted influx of random strangers. Not random, actually, people who want to be taken care of here by us. People who, in some cases, have very, very bad intentions, very criminal, some of them. And the ones that arrived within the last 10 or 15 years, they need to be sent back. They need to go. They cannot stay in Europe. All right. So that was my little update on what Mr. Merz will properly disclose to the public in a big speech to the German public Wednesday, I think. And yeah, I'm already looking forward to it. Let's see, Putin, Trump, who will he blame that one on? Or maybe global warming? I don't know. But he will find a reason why Germans have to work harder. The plow horse needs to pull harder so that all the freeloaders can be taken care of. And remember, it's always the thing that they don't talk about that is the actual reason for something. Take care. Servus, Kameraden.